What I don't appreciate is the level of judgment, the level of shame that we continue to put on each other, trying to make it, maybe make a sale, to impart some wisdom or some knowledge that we're here to teach, or why everyone else is inauthentic except for us. It reminds me of my husband's great aunt. She's, I think, 85 or 86 now. And this woman has been such an inspiration to me in my life. She's the cutest, shortest person I've ever met. And she still shows up to church, walks to church from her house, several blocks, I might add, so that she can pray with other people. She shows up and brings meals to parishioners. She goes to hospitals and prays. She is always in a servant mentality of how she can be of better service. She takes care of the entire family. There are 15 siblings. She's the oldest. Not everyone is still with us. But to me, this is an act of service, is an act of servanthood. If anyone is here to judge, I mean, she would be the closest. And yet, if you were to ask her, she would be the furthest away from that. And I think we can all take a note from that, because walking this path, walking a path of purpose, of calling, of doing something greater, recalibrating our lives, going deeper, it can be really lonely, and it can require a deeper connection with truly who we are. And so, number one, I think it's really important that we understand the difference between what is true authenticity versus what is attention seeking. So when we're looking at these social media platforms and we're thinking about what's truly going to be scroll stopping, what's going to hook people in, what's going to be the brazen thing that we say that's maybe the unpopular opinion, truly ask yourself, are you doing this to be authentic, or are you doing it to be attention seeking, to get more views and more likes? Again, I don't have an issue with either one. I do both because I have a business that I'm trying to run. But if we're going to be judging other people, I think that we first have to look at ourselves, and we have to cut through the BS and the things that we're peddling to ourselves as authentic. So when I talk about authenticity, I think number one, it's really important. Authenticity, this journey of authenticity, is deeply personal. And when I'm talking to leaders about their branding or being authentic in their branding, we're going deep into who they are, because it requires understanding what your core values are, what you stand for, what you don't stand for, and really what boundaries that you start putting in place to help move you forward on that calling, on that path, on that purpose. Because there's a million other things in the world that will pull us away from that. And so we have to be deliberate. But it requires knowing who we are and owning who we are. The good, the bad, the ugly, all of it. And when we can look at that from our own eyes, from with clarity, where we can see the pieces of ourselves that are very imperfect, but also accept those parts of ourselves at the same time. It doesn't mean that we don't try to improve or that we don't try to get better. But when we try to be perfect, essentially what we end up doing is changing who we are. And I want you to really think about that when it comes back to authenticity. Because if we're trying so hard to be authentic, are we truly being authentic?